Welcome back, waiting people. Today I want to share some updates of my SLS printer and want to address some problems I had across the last weeks. I also built a little recap from last year's accomplishments, and I want to tell you some ideas/improvements of my build. But first, I was wrong, and I'm sorry for promising a finished prototype at the end of 2024. I somewhat overestimated the sheer size of this project and the big holes in the road that I needed to resolve. So, you guys on the Discord were spot on. I myself pressured me into a deadline that I put myself up to, and this exhausted me mentally more than I like to admit. So now I decided to don't give out more future release dates about the finish of the printer. So yeah, I'm sorry if I disappointed your expectations. Okay, now, to start things off, here are some not so beautiful pictures of the backside from the slide, since I somehow struggled with printing polycarbonate. Later I found out that my filament dryer is broken, so it still powers on but doesn't dry filament anymore. Then I wanted to explore the Galvo laser side of things for another design/build idea, and I wanted to buy some of the cheaper options to tinker and take apart. But as you know, German Customs had other ideas. They ordered me into their office and then told me in person that I cannot import this Death Star laser thing because of laser product safety concerns. But I was able to take a picture of the package. So I wrote this thing off and did what anybody mentally stable would do. I just purchased a safer tripod laser. It's even more safe because you can see the laser directly and can do instant quality inspection. So I took it apart and it's not as complex as I thought it would be. The board also got the UART and other pins still on its back, but I was unable to connect it via the pins. Even my colleagues at work were unable to help me. The only way this thing works is by its own crappy mobile app, and the seller don't give out USB drivers or else, of course. The laser also came with metal shavings in its gears, which restricted the movement. If anybody from you guys can help me with this, just hit me up on Discord link below. I could even mail you the board, if necessary. Then I, or better we as a community on Discord, tried to build a powder screw, but many attempts were unsuccessful. But let us now focus on the good stuff. We have reached almost 100 users on our Discord channel. If you want to join our discussions or early updates in the future and some file uploads, the server is linked below. We also gathered 82 people on the YouTube channel, and to be honest, I have never thought that I will get more people interested in this project than there will be people fitting into my apartment, so the live presentation will be somewhat cozy. Also thanks to the great sponsors of my project's journey. First of all, thanks to Stefan from ID19 for sending me different powder samples to test the laser. Thanks to PowderMonkeys for inviting me to Formnex Expo. Then thanks to BBM and Hendrik H for supplying me with 3D printer mainboard and some screws. And also to Flsun for supplying me with the Flsun T1 Pro. Video is also coming, I'm working on it. Of course, at last, thanks to PCB-Way, the first company that wanted to work with this small community. I mean, guys, you know PCB-Way, right? PCB-Way, the sponsor of today's video. They are not only experts in creating beautiful PCBs, they also offer a variety of other services for rapid prototyping, offering CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication, injection molding, and of course, 3D printing from resin and FDM-based printers, all up to SLS and SLM printing. PCB-Way is the place to go for your electronics and manufacturing prototyping needs. Build your own stand, advanced and flex rigid PCBs, order a fulfilled finished PCB with their assembly service, or even let them design it for you from scratch. From prototypes to large-scale production runs, PCB-Way offers a comprehensive solution for all your 3D printing needs, and with support for a wide range of materials, including tough and durable polycarbonate, what we want to use for our SLS project, you can create parts that even meet the most demanding requirements. Please visit the company's website linked below for more information. Now the new improvements you all are here for. I have printed lots. of prototypes. Lots and lots of prototypes last year. And I really mean a bulk of prototypes. Don't worry, we got one of these fancy recycling extruder things at my second job as an adaptive manufacturing teacher. The webcam of my old Bamboo lab maybe needs a replacement regarding the time lapses. Also, I will recycle these video time-lapse clips in some short form content because YouTube pushes them more. Here is an older picture of the printer, and it was totally a mess to work with the powder in the open space. At first I made some upgrades to the PPU, the powder processing unit, and yes, I will include silly acronyms in the project like anybody else these days. I have added a second PTFE tube to the slider. The new slider is larger and has a cone-shaped funnel inside, so gravity can do its thing. Here in the slicer you can see it better. I also did some lab-grade tests to ensure even dispensing. Then I added, and I'm most proud of the simplest design improvement here, a slot at the back of the laser head, so the laser can hook into the slider parts and push it forward with their own coaxial mechanics. That means the slider doesn't need its own electronics. Here is a video of the finished slider macro in Clipper. Now I will reintroduce the powder pump, because I succeeded with an easier mod, and since I use a better way to coat the bed now, I don't have the anti-static problems that were there before. Like you can see, most peristaltic pumps work via squeezing a tube at different intervals to create suction, but also most of these pumps got 3 rollers, and this will end up block the pump if you want to pump solids or dirty water. Then I came across these versions of the peristaltic pump that only have 2 rollers, meaning if you orient it downwards, the pump can suck powder in and then gravity will take over and the powder just falls out of the side. I have done some tweaking to get it to work, but I'm building my own better in the printer fitting version of this right now. Here's also a video of this working, so you can see I don't talk stuff. The Z-axis also gave me lots of headache. Sometimes I just wanted to pull my hair out, but now at the end it really just fits and works. Here in the time lapse you can see black polycarbonate and a failed filament heater. With these technical filaments you can't just simply use them in an open, undried space or form. But maybe we can establish a print-it-forward program like the Warren guys have. Basically let people with the experience and printers print you the parts that you need to build the RBS 0.1 fridge thing. And now here is the powder slide that I wanted to show you. If the bed gets more powder than it needs, the excess is poured back into the reservoir. Since for now we only use PA12 and the chamber temp, that doesn't compromise the structure integrity of the polymer, we can get away with the usage of, at first, 3D printed parts, and second, the reuse of the powder. I also added a PTC heater and an air intake at the bottom, and since I'm again out of screws, I decided to design some lock screws that will grab onto the T-slot inside of the aluminium extrusion and also can easily be removed if necessary. You can help this project even more by supporting me with stuff I want to use for testing and more related to the printer, even screws, by checking out my Amazon wishlist linked down below. Now some parts I want to add in the future. I want to add a Big Tree Shake SKR Pico and a Raspberry Pi. Yes, I ripped that out of my ROM to get access to Clipper and furthermore get you guys to share your config.cfg files with others in the community when the first printers are built. Also, if you know what this is, leave a comment and try to guess why we need this here. Now, thanks for watching, please like, share and subscribe. Cheers!